man, those women poured into us. And so we took so many notes, my hands were hurting, we were so excited. And I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I took away with. So, and apparently I copy a lot of the things that everybody else here is saying, but sometimes we need to hear something more than once, right? So the number one thing that I took away from this was licensing. And the Naranjo hierarchy completely impressed me. So they taught us to babysit licensing, and everybody to be on a solid mindset. So we picked a test date for our group, and everybody was focused on doing that test, and we got a whole bunch of people licensed, so that's how we did it if you wanted to know. But also, every time that they put in the IDA, you want to put in their NAIC form as well. So position them to get there. Then make sure you're using your recruit tracker, and talk about their bonuses. But know the resources. So POL can be overwhelming, right? But that's how you run $1 million business, right? So it's going to be a lot. So teach them the resources. If you don't know yourself the resources, how do you expect the people that are learning to get their licenses to know where the resources are? So I go through, I show them, there's phenomenal videos. There's so much out there. Then I want you to kind of think about this. What was most amazing is this Naranjo hierarchy. They're 100% focused on codes. And their goal, they know the numbers, 1,000 codes gets them $1 million. So that's what all these women are focusing on. But we need to talk about their resiliency. See, these women don't even speak English. They're taking a test in English and they don't know the language. And they know that they're going to take it 4 times before they pass it. How many things have you failed at 4 times and given up? But they know that this is $1 million opportunity, and they push through that. The resiliency astounds me. Then you want to make sure you're fully licensed, right? We are a buy term and invest the difference. And if we're just buying term, what happens at the end of the term, right? We didn't do the whole job. So our whole focus, and Rita Huckle said this, that we wanted to make sure that if we're going to do it, we're going to make sure people are fully licensed, getting your investment license, getting your MLO, right? Because I don't know about you, but I want to work smarter, not harder. If it took him 293 licenses to make $1 million, why would I want to have 1,000 solely life to make $1 million? I don't know. I'm kind of lazy. I think it makes more sense to have just under 300 to make $1 million than have to get 1,000 to make $1 million. And that's passive income. Isn't that what we really want? My next thing was time blocking. So Sean Murphy did a fantastic training on this in the beginning of the year. So if you didn't have the privilege of watching it, I would highly suggest that you do. So time is our most valuable asset. So is your time being squandered? Are you in charge of your calendar? Are you reviewing it? Are you taking a look of your calendar the day before and planning your day? Do you have enough appointments? And if not, is the first thing you're going to do make that call list, right? So Allie and I have been doing the 30 call list and the Deserving Jar by Miguel Illich, right? So I would highly suggest that. Also, Eat the Frog. He mentioned that I didn't copy it from you, it was on my notes first. But do the worst first and make sure you delegate. You don't have to do everything. We have so many people, and training somebody to call home office to follow up on a life policy, that's training. You don't have to do it all. Teach them how to do it. Are you going to, you can give somebody a fish or you can teach them to fish. So teach them to fish. The next thing was stay light, look good, and feel good. So Whitney Cooper talked about that. I love Whitney Cooper because I love all her sparkle. But so one of the biggest thing was you want to dress for the position that you want, not the position that you're in. So look at people that have similar body types to you and choose clothes that they look good in and fit yourself. So I was very blessed because my dad was a model and he taught me how to dress. And but you want to make sure that you have good posture, right? You want to smile. One of my favorite guys says, smiles for miles, right? So be magnetic that when you're coming in. Also stay light. Does it make sense for you to eat a stack of pancakes before you do an appointment? No, you're going to be tired, you're going to be exhausted. So it doesn't make sense. You want to set yourself up. So now I want you to, so another thing is, if you haven't updated your wardrobe since 2000, how do you expect people to trust you with their finances? And how do you expect them to trust you in leaving the comfort of their job or the discomfort of their job and trusting that this is going to work? You got to present like that. So make sure you're on board for your posture. Make sure that you're smiling. You do your hair, don't rock the messy bun. Ladies, we gotta wear makeup, okay? We just really do. But you want to be magnetic. And then, so one of my, can I share something a little silly? But one of my favorite, my biggest goals that are on my 300 list is I just love seeing all of my friends looking beautiful. So I want to custom design clothes for them in order for them to all look beautiful. Because when somebody looks good and they feel good, they have so much more confidence. And I just want all my ladies to be feeling good, looking good, and having a lot of confidence. So the next thing was, number 4, was develop relationships. So your team is your family. So you need to understand their goals and dreams. And, thank God for my colleague for, bringing me into the business. He thought I was comfortable at Carrington. He just didn't know that I was suffering inside. So, say thank you. Also, when somebody's training you and they're developing you, say thank you because they're pouring in a lot of energy into you. And you want to hear with your heart and hear their heart. We're not wordsmiths. Not everything comes out exactly the way we're supposed to. I gotta thank Ernie because the other day I wasn't really receptive, and but he coached me through it. I didn't really get it, but he coached me through it, and he's like, "You're not listening." But Ernie absolutely loves and adores me, and even though I annoy him, but he sees me as a Mika Saunders and a Whitney Cooper. And you know how amazing that is to have somebody see you at your highest potential, coach you at your highest potential before you're even there. That's what we have the opportunity to have here. That is just amazing. So, thank you so much, Ernie, for always seeing me at my highest potential and coaching me to my highest potential, even when I'm not coachable. And focus on the numbers. So Rick and Richard, thank you so much for modeling that for me because, I got it when I was a teacher that I needed to have these matrices and do that, but I didn't really fully understand. I'm kind of an analytic person, so I didn't really fully understand what I needed to be paying attention to until these amazing men really pointed it out to me, this is what you need to focus on. So leading from the front, right? Richard wrote me a really nice love note saying that I needed to make sure that I was a personal producer and that I would go up here because I was really focusing on the team producing and I forgot about myself. But you want to make sure that you're leading from the front because they are watching. And then you want to make sure that you know your team's goals and dreams and are they on track to hitting it? Are you really focusing and looking at the schedule and looking at what they're getting? Do you know your team cash? Do you celebrate your team cash? That's one of the things that we started doing. The other thing is, they have to get licensed to make the big bucks. So focus on making sure that everybody's getting licensed. And guys, you gotta check in with your coaches because they want to pour into you. But if you are a secret agent, it's a little hard to pour into you. Right? If I didn't come in, then Ernie wouldn't be able to tell me what I needed to do to get better. So make sure that you're checking in and make sure you're thanking your coaches. The next thing is you want to be prepared. So we have the ability and the resources to get all of our goals and dreams and to get our clients their goals and dreams. But sometimes we have to paint the picture for them because the world has stolen their dreams and their hopes. So we are restorers of dreams. And I had a client just recently, and she thought she was going to go bankrupt. And I sat with her, and I did her debt stacking, and she saw it. And then I said, look, so once you're done, because she didn't want to be in the house that she was in, which made no sense mathematically. And I said, once you're done, look, we can invest this. 5 years from now, you can fix up your house, you can have a pool, you can do this. This lady went on pause. Like, I was looking at her, I was like, are you okay? Like, is this good? Does it make sense? I had blown her mind. She was so shocked that we had the ability to do that. She was really depressed. I hadn't known that at the time, and she thought she was going to lose everything. And what I did is I was able to flip the script and then teach her how she could get out of debt, have the house that she wanted, she could remodel, she could have this freedom. She did not know it was there. And we have all of the tools. And it's so easy because we use BDS. All I did was read a script. So, but make sure you're asking questions. You know, if you're unsure of something, and, you know, present your plans to your coaches before you have those appointments and see if it makes sense, see if they have opportunities for your growth. And op night. Op night is game night, okay? So make sure, one, be prepared, have people there. But two, model the behavior you want people to have. You should be taking notes constantly. I take notes on everything that Ernie says. I take notes on what Allie says. And we talk all the time and we share all the same things, but they sharpen me. And we always take notes. So when you're in an op night, make sure you're taking notes, because if you can't draw it on a napkin, you still need to work on it. So my last point was increase my vision. So you have to know your why. And if your why doesn't make you cry, that's not your why. So one of the biggest things is I want to retire my dad. I want more years on the earth with him. And I want to do fun stuff. I want to go Formula One car racing because he took me to Canada and we went Formula One racing. So that's what I want to do. Make sure you have a vision board, because this company can really do everything for you that you would ever want. So you need to expand your vision because it's possible. Get a 300 list. That's a challenging one. But you want to get a 300 list. If you don't know what it is, look up Steve Harvey. He talks about a 300 list. And Allie coached me that I should record it and listen to it every day. That's a game changer. And write your goals down every single day. Guys, this is our last stop. We have unlimited potential. This business is a self-development program with high compensation on the back end. And if we just focus on it and improve ourselves, improve the people that we're around, then it's unlimited. So I just wanted to thank you guys for, allowing me to be up here, and thank my coaches and everybody for pouring into me, because I would never have gotten that where I was, and I would have been stuck running a rat race. So thank you all so much.